We're live? Awesome. What's going on, guys? How are you doing? I am really excited to be talking with the guest that I have on today. But before we get into that, I just want to give you guys a little bit of advice on car insurance. These days, it seems as if we're able to do more and more from home. So while you're at home, why aren't you saving money on your car insurance? Your hometown agency, Kenosha Auto Insurance, has specialized for years in simple, hassle-free insurance using the latest and touch-free technology to help you get the best rates for you and your family. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call today at 262-448-4141. That's 448-4141. The website is kenoshains.com. It's on the screen right now. And one more time, that is 262-448-4141. Let them know that you heard about it from D-Talks, from D-Rita, and they will set you up, I promise. If you or your family members have car insurance, which obviously you should if you're watching this in Wisconsin or anywhere, give them a call and see what they can do for you. Now, I want to get into who I have here today. I'm really excited for you guys to meet. For those of you who haven't met him, my guest that I've got on, he's an extremely interesting guy who I've wanted to have on the show for a long time. We've talked about it a couple of times. He even blew me off once, but we're past that and we're here now. He was a very talented basketball player who's trying to get back into it now, it seems, with a great sense of humor. Can everybody give a warm detox welcome to Latrell Glass? What's going on? We used to have like a bunch of people on the couch and shit.
You need a commercial.
I would love to have a commercial. That would be fun.
Like David Gruber, you need one of those.
David Gruber, one call, that's all. He'd be killing it.
With a Kenosha one, though.
We could.
For the Kenosha insurance.
We should. You live in Kenosha. You should give him a call.
I stay in Kenosha. I don't live in Kenosha. I reside in Trevor.
Okay. So you pay taxes in Trevor.
I don't pay taxes. Shit.
Shit. Don't say that. Don't say that. We live.
That's not going to catch me, though.
But, okay, so, Latrell, I haven't seen you in a while. Some of my audience has probably seen you recently. Some of them haven't. We got some audience questions. I want to get into those a little bit to start. Just quick icebreakers, and then we're going to jump into some other topics that have been going on in the world. People want to know what you're doing. You said you're pretty much open to talking about anything, right?
Yeah,
except a couple bullshit things we talked about. People want to know, and we were talking about it right before we went live. Why'd you stop playing basketball? Coach T watches the podcast too, and Coach E does sometimes, so I'm sure they're gonna want to know.
Okay, so like, it was a lot of things, but I'm gonna say like I was a little bit not in the right mental state when I lived in Madison. I missed home a lot, but it is what it is. Trying to get back to it, trying to get my mind right, trying to get my body right again, trying to get back into it.
So when did you make the decision? Because you said that you like went and tried out. Or like you went to an open gym or something like that to get a feel for it. And when did you did you just not like the vibe?
So like me and Coach E had many talks like after.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was a big like an ego thing too also, because I felt like I was like better than when I was like the colleges I was getting looked at by. I was like, bruh. Yeah. Like I feel like I'm better than this type shit. Mm-hmm. It was an ego thing too, and then I was like, you know what? I don't even feel like playing anymore. Really, I think I might walk away. And he was like, well, if you want to do that, that's your choice, type shit. And then I just kind of stuck with that. I was like, fuck it, just walking away from it.
So you think it was more of like you were in your own head, like you just you made a decision, and then you're like, all right, well I said that, now I got to stick to it, kind of thing.
Yeah, one of those.
Well,
definitely.
What led up to that then? Other than what were like people that were in your corner? I'm sure like I know your mom was big. Your mom and your dad both loved. I saw them at almost every game you played. They wanted you to keep playing, right?
They obviously wanted me to keep playing, but like whatever, they were with me. Whatever decision I made. So if you wanted to quit playing, I'm still gonna be with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be with you on your back and shit. But I don't know. I just like for me, like I started playing basketball since I was like super little. Yeah. And it was all year round, like summer, winter. I was always playing. There was AAU after high school. I go right into AAU, and then after AAU, it'd be high school again, and it was like a nonstop thing. And I feel like I was missing out on shit in life, like.
So you got burnt out?
Yeah, I got burnt out. That's what it was. I got burnt out.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy, especially so like. How many schools? If you can, I mean, I'm sure you could talk about it now. But what kind of schools were you getting looked at then? That you.
Well, MATC.
MATC, okay.
What was the other one? I forgot what it was called. It was like a UW school too. It was one of the smaller ones.
One of the ones probably. Yeah, I got you.
One of those. Like the coach came to the school, and I got a meeting in the auditorium.
Okay.
I had some I was talking to the coach for Parkside for a little bit, but I was just like, I don't know, it wasn't trying to go there. It was expensive as fuck. I wasn't trying to go there.
Yeah. It's not terrible, but yeah, they finessed me.
I don't even remember that.
What's the best?
There's one more.
Did any of these coaches like come up to you and like, did any of them like kind of do anything like special that kind of stuck out to you, where you were like, oh, like this coach actually gives a shit, or did you kind of think that they didn't really care?
The one, I don't know who it is. Like, if Coach E's watching this shit, he need to tell me. But I'm just saying, he watches sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So we need to see that. But he came to the school. Like, he drove out to Wilmot and like sat down and was like, yeah, I'm already like talking with the players and they'll like let you move it, because there was like no, it was self-housing.
And was it UW? It was a little UW?
UW school.
Was he a black guy, white guy?
It was a white guy.
Okay, I was gonna say because he might have.
It was a white guy. My coach. Oh, shit. And the other one was Lakeland. That's where it was. I had a visit.
Oh, so it was Lakeland. So it wasn't UW.
No. It was a UW school too.
Okay.
But Lakeland was the other one.
Yeah.
I had a visit with Lakeland. That was a nice ass school. I should have went there. That was a nice ass school.
I think
that was a nice ass
I was actually like I had a back and forth with them a little bit. My 6'2",
second
448 4141. Let them know that you heard about it from D-Talks, from D-Rita, and they will set you up. I promise. Competitive conference and shit. But like it's like in the middle of like nowhere.
Oh my god!
Like
cornfield,
like
farms,
you're
like,
stuck. Like you go to school there. Like I mean, you probably get really good at basketball. You're just stuck in the gym hooping.
If you wanted, like, let's say you want to go to McDonald's, it's probably a 20-minute drive.
Oh yeah.
God damn.
That's what I love. I love that about Janesville.
That's why I didn't go there too. That's why I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not gonna be in the middle of nowhere.
You needed some shit going on. You needed some shit happening.
Yeah, but I needed something different. I just wasn't ready for it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I am now, definitely.
Gotcha. So what's changed?
Was
missing it?
Me, yeah. Like growing up, maturing, and just be like, damn, like I fucked up. Like I should have continued playing. I should have been doing some shit. Like I just wasted my time, just sitting on my ass, not doing nothing.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to get back to it. My mind's right now. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to actually do something with my life.
And how old are you now?
Me, I'm 20.
20.
Just turned 20 in March.
Just turned 20.
Yeah.
So you definitely still can.
Yeah, definitely still can.
So what and you were saying, we were kind of talking off air that you're looking at some schools locally to get started. Would it be something that you would want to? Did you use any eligibility then at MATC because you didn't play, right?
Play at all, nope.
So you could potentially, depending on like grades and stuff, you could play for a couple of years.
Yeah, that's what might fuck me over type shit.
Grades,
like,
dude.
I didn't go to school. Like my mind wasn't right. I was just like slacking.
College is weird like that. A lot of people, if you were somebody that didn't really if you didn't give a shit in high school at all, and like you're kind of just going through the motions, then like
how it was. I'm not gonna say, but like, I didn't do shit in high school, and I got grades that passed. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
all I'm gonna say.
I've said this.
No names.
No, I've said this a couple times on the show where I am going to be a senior this year. I'm gonna get finished with my marketing degree if all goes well this year, and even throughout college, I can't tell you like that I've worked really that hard.
Real?
Like, and I get good grades. Like I get A's and B's and like a couple C's
so
here and there.
So you're smart naturally then?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think if you just turn it in, like that's my advice, and that would be my advice to you if you go back. Just turn it in. Turn everything in. You'll get C's. No professor's gonna fail you if you turn every single thing in on time.
I have one class that I passed in college. One.
What was the class?
Written communications.
That sounds pretty easy. Yeah. I can imagine. What was it like? Write your name and on what'd you have to do in a communications class like that?
Just like writing work emails.
That's okay.
Writing emails to your classmates, like writing emails to your teachers, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Niles, like, he was my roommate. He was one of the persons I work with.
Yeah.
So we didn't do shit in there.
You guys just
I passed. That's the only class I passed. And the teacher.
What grade you get?
I don't know. C.
C.
Yeah.
Only that's the highest grade you got was a C.
Dude, I went to one class. Like I had other classes. I was like, fuck that class. Like, I'm not going today. And then.
So what did you want to go to like? Okay, so we were talking. You kind of want to get back into hooping, but is there something that? Because a lot of people, and I kind of sometimes I disagree with it. A lot of people will tell you, and I think it's okay advice. Don't just go to school to play basketball.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what would you, if you were gonna go back? What would you want to go to be?
I have a couple options I've been looking into. I want to go into like criminal justice, something like that, or like forensics too. That'd be dope. Oh, and then I want to like know how to do, like I want to be a carpenter or like learn how to do electricity. Yeah, I want to like. There's options. Right now, I kind of want to do the forensics just because it's like different.
Okay,
it's something unique.
So you'd want to be.
Yeah,
so
for me, like I like watching crime shows and all
okay,
that shit.
so
Like
you
Crime
want to be
Hunter, but
involved
put
in
y'all
that.
on at Hulu. Watch Crime Hunters. I'm telling y'all.
I have Hulu. Never seen it though. Interesting.
Or Homicide Hunters. Homicide Hunters.
Homicide Hunters. Plug
yes. I'm telling y'all.
Why? What draws you to that?
I don't know. It's just something about like
Just
people
cool.
killing people and shit. Like no psycho shit. It's just like I don't know.
It sounds a little psychotic.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It does. But you get what I'm saying. It's just like interesting to me. Like why people kill people and like how they do it and shit.
And figuring that out. Okay,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I how do you show me the comments? You could pull it up, flip it around, put the dashboard up. Remember the little dash?
Hey,
All right,
somebody
don't do it.
better
I
be
got it
saying
right
some
here.
shit.
Yeah, Latrell's got to know what's going on. Latrell's got to know what the people are saying to him. See that Vegas come up? Oh yeah, Kevin's trying to flex his $1,200 that he got. What's that? You got to go to right here, YouTube Studio.
Kev, I need to borrow like $1,000. So, after the show, call me. I need to borrow some money.
Click videos
No cap.
right here. What? So Latrell then, with school forensics, crime shows. That's where we're at right now. With where do you feel on that then? So if you were gonna go back and play basketball, would you start pursuing that major or whatever major you choose right away, or would it be something
I
that?
probably just do my gen eds right away.
Gen eds.
I have one college credit, so I'd probably do my gen eds first.
Yeah.
I'm lying. I did go to Carthage and I did have like a religion class, and then I just stopped going to that bitch. Like,
why? Couldn't handle it?
Yeah,
You and God aren't tight like that?
I don't know. I was just slacking. Like
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't right. I wasn't in the right mindset. I was still like acting like.
So
a little kid.
was it about not being, like you weren't able to hold yourself accountable, or was it just like being on your own? Was it being away from family, like you said?
It was a little bit of all of that, but it was just like after. It was like the corona shit started, so like we couldn't come into the class anymore.
Okay.
I can't do online classes. Like, I told them.
That's all I do is online.
I went to a meeting
Mm-hmm.
with like an advisor, and I was like, I can't do any online classes. Like, no, like do not do it.
Yeah.
And then like when the corona shit broke out, we had to do it, and I was like, fuck.
You kind of couldn't say that.
And
Yeah.
then I was just like, I'm just not gonna do it. And I just didn't do it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So that's the thing too. So when people, this is what why I had to stop playing was because when I was gonna play at Carroll after I was done. I was talking to Carroll, Parkside, and Lakeland. Those were like the three, and I met with Carroll, and they basically it was gonna be like, how much was it, McKenna? It was like 24,000 for
a year.
For the full year, or was that for two?
I think it was like 30.
It was 30 for both years.
No, for one.
Oh, for one. Yeah, it was like.
Scholarship.
Yeah, I had that was like with scholarships it came down to like 24 something a year, and I'm like, dude, I'm on the like you guys, and they were like talking, and maybe I'm quoting them wrong, but they were telling me that I was like 6th man, 7th man in the rotation, like starting, and then whatever I worked up towards.
Yeah.
And I was hyped, and I had like the talk with both of the coaches and shit, and a couple of the players, really excited. Just got done like playing with them and shit, and then we have another meeting with them, and I'm talking to like the financial lady. She's like, so what are you gonna do then? And like she's kind of grilling me how I was just kind of asking you like, what do you want to do? Like you can't just go to school to play basketball. And I was like, I mean, I think I can first off if I want to, if I'm willing to spend that money. And then I was like, secondly, I have my own business. Like I'd love to just pursue that while getting to chase this other dream of mine.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was not vibing it at all. And then she was like, yeah, it's gonna be $24,000 to play basketball. It was like $12,000 a semester that I had to pay out of pocket, dude. And that's like with I had a 3.0.
That shit is so ridiculous.
I had a 3.0, and I had I would be playing for them, and so that was like with scholarships and shit. And I just remember like being like, well, I don't know that I can do that. Like I don't think I can justify getting to pretend to be a basketball player for 2 more years for fucking $40,000. Like that's just not worth it to me.
That's ridiculous because like Carthage, that's like an expensive school. I was paying $2,000 a year.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like,
yeah, that's like, pretty solid.
It reminds me of my financial aid and shit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing for me with financial aid. When I was at the 2-year school, like I made money to go to school. Like I got extra money in grants. To go to school. Yeah, got paid to play basketball and go to school. So that was it went straight into rent. So because it was
tough, was it like
Yeah,
self-housing.
because most of the UW schools that
Yeah.
like you're talking about, I think only like 2 of them have like on campus like options. Other than that, it's like they're all in little college
I had an
towns.
apartment. I lived in Madison.
How was that? How was owning an apartment?
It was nice. You do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Was it clean?
whatever.
Did you keep a clean apartment? You run a tight ship? I know you had some
Hey,
females living with you, so I know.
I had yes, it was clean for the most part, but
Are you a
there's
messy
lot-
person?
No, not at all, not at all. It's just I'm not gonna say names, bro, but like
You don't gotta say names.
somebody was messy.
Somebody was messy. What kind of
Somebody
messy?
was
Not
messy.
doing the dishes,
Alright.
not taking out the garbage.
All the above. Dishes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say he makes some eggs, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
We know it's a he.
He makes some eggs, right? Put the plate, like he wouldn't finish the eggs. He'd put the plate with the eggs on there still in the sink with the water, like,
Mmm.
and then like
Tasty.
all the ketchup still on there. And then I go,
Ew.
like, at a
Ketchup
point-
and eggs,
at a
dude, too.
point-
That's-
At a point, I was just like, "Fuck this! I'm getting paper plates and paper. forks,
Aw,
'cause
man.
I'm not doing the dishes, bro.
Dude,
Cause your shit, bro. Like
That's
I'm
what-
not going for it.
I think I've said it a couple times on the show too, but I've roasted Tim and Logan, who were my roommates, and
Mhm.
when I was in Janesville, they refused to do dishes basically. Like,
I hate doing the dishes.
like-
I'll clean
dude,
the toilet.
everybody sucks. Everybody hates doing the fucking dishes, but
I'll
like,
clean the shitter before I clean the toilet. Or the
you
dishes,
would
bro.
rather clean the
I'd
toilet.
rather clean the shitter. I don't know what it is. I just like my hands get dry.
Well, dude, I'm just telling
Yeah,
you, if
like-
you
it's
just
like
do
it's
like,
curly.
we had to change it so it was like you do your dish after you do it. Like,
That's what we tried to do. But it
it's
didn't
I mean, don't get me
work.
wrong, it's definitely not easy, but it like
Yeah.
you have to do it. And like, so what happened was
Most
they
definitely.
didn't do dishes. I went away for the summer. Like, I came back here and we
Yeah.
still had our apartment and shit, and they stayed there, and like I would just come up for basketball practices and shit.
Mhm.
And I remember I came through. I have it on my phone. I'll show you it after we're done. I took a video. I came home, and the whole apartment's covered in like Papa John's pizza boxes because Logan worked at Papa John's. It's like the only thing they ate was that in McDonald's, and there is a pile of dishes coming out of the sink. Smells like absolute ass. And like they literally so then I go to the bathroom, right? I'm like, that looks terrible. There's a garbage can out in the kitchen,
Mhm.
full, overflowing, styrofoam, garbage, everything overflowing out of it. Go to the bathroom, walk in, bathroom garbage is full. Then they must have had the great idea of when the bathroom garbage got full and you couldn't throw anything else in it. You know what they did? They got a second bathroom garbage and put it in. Instead of just taking the garbage out, they got another one.
Bought a whole other garbage.
No, they just found a bin and put it in there, and filled it. And so I joked with them. They know it's all good
love,
now. It's
yeah.
all love now.
All-
It's just a
all
joke.
love, all love.
It was just hilarious. And I remember they ended up throwing out all of our dishes because they left them for like 3 months, so they were moldy. Like you could not wash them anymore. We had to get like all new dishes.
Hey, Darren, that's what I'm saying. Like shit like that.
You guys had to throw away dishes?
Darren, shit like that, bro. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, we had to at one point.
One person though. One person. One.
Well, see, I can't
messages.
I can't say
Don't get
who
me
it
wrong.
was because they were there and I wasn't there, and they had other people like sometimes hanging
your
out and
friend, like a
stuff
friend
too.
over and shit,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't really put it on a person, but yeah, it was just funny. Funny now.
Yeah,
I was
you
pissed
laugh at it.
the
I'm laughing
time.
at it too. Like I'll hit him up after this and be like, bro, maybe you were a slob. Like you were a fucking
You were
slob.
you were fucking
You were a
slob.
fucking slob.
Did you
Who
ever get?
knows?
How is that? Did you ever have a conversation like when they're there, like,
Yes.
yo, clean your shit? Is that awkward? Like when it's your friend and then now
Nah.
you're roommates?
Nah, he's like, bro. Like, bro,
But if they don't do it,
I've been out here for 3 days. Like, what are you doing? Type shit. Like a bowl of cereal for 3 days. Like, I'm not
Oh,
picking it.
God.
Like, I'm not picking that up. It's not
Cereal,
my
too,
shit.
that's
Nah,
nasty.
I'm not picking that up.
What do you do? What do you do roommate wise, man? Like, cause it's different when you're like friends too.
What do you mean?
know, like, cause that's what.
Oh, how do I get on?
Like,
about it?
how do you do it? Because like I had a similar situation, and it got to a point where like times we were all real cool, and other times where it was like you feel tense, like walking in your own space.
You gotta be ready for that shit. It's different. Like living with somebody, like you think it's gonna be a good ass time and shit's gonna be sweet.
Mm.
No, it's not all rainbow and sunshine.
No, yeah,
There's some shit that goes down too.
yeah, I
Some
believe
crazy shit
that.
goes
So
down too.
with roommate, how many people did you live with?
3 others.
3 other people.
Yeah.
So 4 people living in a small space,
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
What?
No, it wasn't small. It wasn't small.
It was nice.
Yeah, it was there's a living room, there's 2 bedroom and a loft.
Okay,
Like, I had my own room with somebody.
gotcha.
And then my other roommate had one and somebody had the loft.
Okay.
It's like nice. And there's a living room, kitchen.
Okay.
It was nice. We had 2 bathrooms in there.
So what's like the worst? Like, what's the most irritating thing about having to live with 3 other people that are all like your age? You know, like first time living out on your own.
I don't really know. I just like stayed to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you like I wasn't really there ever. Like I was like depressed as fuck up there.
Yeah.
I was like miss being home. I miss seeing my family. I'm a big family guy.
So you're trying to get out of there as much as possible.
Yeah, I was never there. I was there on the weekdays, like Monday through Wednesday.
Just for school and stuff.
And then I go home Thursday, like Wednesday after school till like Sunday, and then I come back up for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, I was never really there.
Yeah, and you weren't working then, right? Just doing school and stuff. Well, not really doing
just
school.
Chilling, Darren. Just chilling, bro.
Just
like,
chilling.
I'm telling you, I was like fucked up, but now I'm back on my shit though.
So what's something that a lot of people were asking, like how you've been doing and like what, you know, that people see you on social media or whatever else, but a lot of people know you back from when you played basketball and stuff. Yeah. You're definitely a bigger name. People want to know, like, what have you been up to, man? What changes has been happening in Latrell's life? I know you said mindset and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a big one, mindset, though. It's really a big mindset. It's needed people that are around me that give me that push, be like, you know, you're fucking off right now, and just tell me, I'm like, all right, I need to get back on my shit, bro. I need to get a job. I need to go back to school. I need to better myself. That's basically what it was.
Are you bettering yourself by wearing scrunchies? Luke Rognes just pointed that out to me. I didn't know. He said, the Latrell with the Visco. Is he with a Visco girl or something? What's up with the scrunchie?
Nah, bro. I put my hair in a bun sometimes.
Really? Is it long enough? I guess it's braided. Yeah.
I mean, I can't do it. I have people do it for me. But
wow, that's a flex.
I can't do it. So I'm like, oh, can you do this for me real quick?
Okay, so it's not it's not a flex. It's out of necessity, but that's fair. Yeah, that's weird. I know for myself personally, kind of going through a similar mindset change. Maybe like a couple years ago, it was back when I got to start playing basketball, like at school, because I didn't really have a whole lot of opportunities at Wilmot, and so like it was I don't know, it was definitely eye opening, and like you started thinking, because I knew, like, you know, there's a timeline on it too.
Yeah, you just want something bigger. You just want something more. Like,
than
just. You know what I mean?
You got to realize,
do something.
And like you said, like you were kind of just sitting there chilling, doing nothing, and I think that like I realized that I was doing that for a lot of high school as well, and then it was like I probably realized it then, and when I got my own place and shit, it was kind of like the wake up for me. It was like, okay,
definitely. It's just I hit my low point, and they want to go back to that shit, so I can't go back to that.
Gotta use his motivation.
All up now.
Got you. That's good, man. What so. You've been hanging out with your cousins a lot. I've been seeing. So you say you're a family guy.
Yeah, I'm a family guy.
And then I was asking you, you know, if you're keeping your circle smaller, or if it's, you know, getting a little bit, you're branching out and seeing a lot of different people now.
Yeah, I mean, I hang out with like my group. Rashi, that's my group.
Got you.
Rashi, but yeah, I just hang out with them.
So those are the boys.
Those are my boys.
What?
I'd die for them. Type shit.
What classifies somebody as a boy? This is what I wanted to.
Like.
As one of your boys, like
Colton, that's my boy.
That's your boy. Okay,
Coco, that's my boy.
Okay, but what is it about them
Joey,
that makes them boy?
It's just all right.
And what codes of conduct does a boy have to follow?
Just be you. You know what I'm saying? Be you. It's just how you treat me, and how if I got your back.
Okay, what could I do if I were your boy?
Yeah.
To be outside of those lines.
To like fuck something up.
To fuck that shit up, and then we gotta go to the court of boy. And you got to bring out the laws.
There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit.
Okay, what's some shit?
Being fake. You know what I'm saying? Like talking shit or something.
Okay.
Like start acting different around us, or like don't stop like coming around or something. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit, but I'm not gonna get into details on it. If you know, fucking around with people you're not supposed to be fucking around with.
Okay.
Type shit.
So what about what's your stance on that? We've I think we talked about it a while back. What is your stance on people, one of your boys, talking with an ex of yours?
What is my stance on that?
Yeah.
That's a no-go.
That's okay.
I'm not going to fight over a girl, but hey.
Especially if it's like your ex, you know, like.
I mean, I don't know, bro. That's just lame to me. Like, if you're on that, like.
Just because, like, too.
You gotta be. I can't fuck with you no more.
There's billions of girls in the world, and vice versa of guys. So it's like if you're, you know, I feel like you don't.
Yeah, I'm not tripping.
You don't need that. Yeah.
I mean, like.
But that's what I get.
I still care about people. Like,
yeah.
But
Well, no, what I'm saying is
if
that
one
like
of my boys do that shit, that's a no go.
then you're not a boy anymore.
Yeah, you're not.
I think that's fair.
Done, out the circle.
That's a fair
Out.
that's a fair
And
criticism.
that's like not just for me. I bet everybody in the group would be on the same thing too. Though. That's just how we are.
yeah.
But like, we wouldn't do that though.
See,
My
I
guys
always
won't
say
do that.
if
My guys won't do that.
if you want to marry this person, go for it. If you're gonna marry him, okay.
Okay.
But if it's not that, then like why?
Oh, hold on. So you just mean like this is like a bust down, like a girl who
Like let's say like it's like you date a chick, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you break up with said chick.
Okay.
One of your friends starts getting cozy with this chick.
That's a no go.
My thing is, I always say, if you're
no.
gonna marry this bitch,
I won't be at the
and
wedding.
this goes the other way around. So
won't
I
be
say
at the
bitch
wedding.
as in like just this other person, not as
I
a
won't-
female term
I
or
won't
anything
be
like
at the
that.
wedding. Like I won't be there. You're a punk ass dude. Like,
You're a punk ass.
you're a
dude.
punk ass dude.
But no, I think if they're in it for the long run, I don't have a problem with it. But if it's like, yo, if y'all date
Nah.
for a year or y'all date for a couple months and then like you
Nah.
don't see me again, it's like okay, because you
If
chose
I'm
this
just-
stupid
if
shit.
I'm just sleeping with a girl, like nothing more, nothing less, and my friend fucks with her, I do not give a fuck.
Okay.
Like that, like one of
Yeah.
those. But if I'm dating a girl,
Yeah.
that's a no. Fuck no. I'm not going for that. Fuck
Gotcha.
no. Like,
Gotcha.
even if it was 50 years later, like fuck no, bro. What are you doing?
Shit, dude.
I swear to God,
That's
like,
holding a grudge.
holding a grudge.
Yeah. You
do
can
you mean
move on.
holding
What
a
if they're happy?
grudge?
What if they're perfect for each other? What if you just
Okay.
weren't the right
All
one?
right.
But that's what I'm saying.
Okay then, but like, there's other bitches, bro. What are you doing? Like you didn't give a you just
See,
said it
I
too.
know. I
Like,
agree
you
with
didn't
that.
give
I
one
agree.
I got
agree.
with, like,
I
come
agree
on,
with
move
that.
around.
But I'm just saying I could understand if it's for real. Like I could get over it. Especially we live in a small area, so it's people just like trading anyways, which is kind of weird.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
Anthony Poco says my boy.
That's my nigga right there.
Jesus, dude.
I could've
Jesus.
said it. I can say it though.
You can say whatever you
I
want.
slipped.
So for
I
everybody
slipped.
that doesn't
I just bugged.
for everybody that
just
doesn't
bugged.
know,
I just bugged.
for everybody that doesn't
I
know,
just bugged.
I tell everybody before they come on the show. Well, not everybody. Most of the time, I'll be like, especially people who are a little bit more wild. I'll be like, yo, you can say anything you want on the show. Just don't say anything ridiculous like saying the N word or some racial slurs or
Facts.
some shit like
Facts.
that. And I joked with you right before we went on air and saying if you want to say whatever, you have all of the right.
So free will.
Freedom of speech.
Free will
It
then.
is. I just
So
and they could say it too. I just tell them. I literally preface it with, you can say whatever you want. Don't say this. And if you do say the N word, I have to beat your ass on camera to show because I have to show my audience that I don't
Right,
fuck with
yeah.
that. So like
You're
even if they
funny
slipped
as
up,
hell.
I have to beat the fuck out of
You're
you.
funny as hell.
Well, I grew. I like. I
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah,
man.
that's
I
facts. Though.
play,
That's facts though. That's a real. Hey, he's a real one.
Well,
Darren's
no,
a
I mean,
real ass
I
dude.
play ball in the
Real-
hood with all my
Darren's a
guys
real
in
ass dude.
Janesville. Like
Yeah.
they would beat my ass
Yeah.
if someone came on my show and said that shit, and then
Nah, you're a
I
real
didn't
ass dude
stick up for
You're a
that.
real ass dude for that.
That's just I don't know.
You're a
So,
real ass dude.
so it's a joke that
You
we
got
say
good
all the time.
values. You got good values.
That's you have to. That's
Yeah, you
that's
got to.
core
You got good
beliefs.
values. I smack somebody if they said that shit.
Have you ever had to?
I
You grew up in this is like a white area, dude.
All right.
You're like
like my friend.
you're like the token black guy
like,
of this area.
If I am. But like if if you're my boy, right?
Yeah.
I'll be like, all right, you can say that shit. You can say nigga, right?
No, they
No,
can't.
yeah.
No, they
Colton,
can't.
I grabbed Colton's phone.
Don't put Colton on a bus right now.
No, I grabbed Colton's phone, and my name was Latrell. Like, come on, bro. My nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can say it. Bro.
See, until he's with another couple of black guys,
yeah,
and then
but-
Siri goes text from, or
No.
incoming call from, and then it
yeah.
says that.
I
He's
tell
like,
him that all the time. I tell everybody, I was like, Joe, you can say it, but if you're around other black people and you say that shit, I cannot help you. Like,
nah,
I don't
dude.
know what you
It's
want me to
2020. I don't think white people need to say it. I think that's something they can be left out of, and we can get over it.
do. Yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck. But if like a random dude just calling me nigga, I might have to fuck you up, bro.
That's fair.
I might have to fuck you
That's
up.
fair. You should, as you should. Speaking of kind of what's going on, so some people when I put out the YOLO for the anonymous messages,
Yeah.
someone wanted to know, what are your thoughts on the riots that are going on?
Like in Baltimore and like all that shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't there this shit in Chicago?
I saw
today?
something today. I
Some
don't
shit
know.
like
I didn't read it, so I can't really talk on it. But yeah, I don't know.
All right. Me personally, like the rioting and shit, I don't understand the rioting. Like, what's
Mhm.
the point of the rioting?
Yeah,
What's that prove?
I think where the rioting comes from is people thinking that this is the only way to get attention to what what the thing is. I don't think it's right, but I think that it was what these people they've been pushed to a point.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not excusing it, but I think
Facts.
that's what they felt like. I can't tell somebody how to feel.
I don't know. I mean, it's just it's a fucked up world right now. But I just don't agree with the rioting. That's the peaceful protest.
Yeah.
But then again, like we've been trying to be peaceful.
But that's what I'm saying.
We've been trying to be peaceful.
Yeah.
Like it's just history's repeating itself. This
shit gets pushed off.
Yeah.
So your dad is also somewhat of a public figure. A lot of people know who your dad is. A lot of people are fond of him.
Facts.
People were asking some silly questions about him that I don't know. Like I don't know if you can put this to rest or not. That people said, did his dad actually smoke crack?
Who the fuck?
I don't know. If they just brought that up.
Who the fuck?
I should have screened this question before I
my
asked
dad
it.
didn't fucking smoke no crack, bro. What the fuck?
Dude, yeah, that would be pretty scary.
That I know of. Like that I know of, but I don't know where you got that information
your
from.
Your dad hooped too, right?
Yeah, he's pretty. Yeah.
So did he was picking up basketball something that like you kind of like followed and like you saw that your dad was really good and you kind of want to do the same thing and then you took it up.
I
and
never
were
really
very
saw
good.
my dad play.
Oh really? Never had to see him play.
I mean, he's like 50 something, so like he was like 30 something when he had me.
He still busts you up though when you guys play?
Yeah, he's good. He's one of Kenosha legend. He's a Kenosha legend.
Yeah. So who would win now?
Next to they're Kenosha legends. Like everybody that tells me, like every time I go, like, oh, this is Walt G. son. Like, oh, your dad was like blah blah blah. He should have made the NBA. Blah blah blah. All this shit, right?
Yeah.
But he's the one. He's like me. I walked away from it. He did the same shit. He's walked away from it. But
you guys, dude.
I don't know. But I don't know.
So if you were to play today, who would win?
Oh, me. Just because he's an old ass man now. He's an old ass man.
When is the first time you beat your dad 1-on-1?
I don't think I ever really played him like that. Just because.
Really?
Yeah, he was always like. He'd be out there rebounding for me and shit, like doing drills with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how I got like good from him. Like, that's how I got good at basketball. Like he pushed me, like really, really pushed me.
Mm-hmm.
Type shit. But my dad has many, many other kids, so like I never really like got to play basketball with him because he was older when he had
Gotcha.
me. Yeah.
Gotcha. What was like the best piece of advice that he gave you? Maybe not even basketball sense, but like mindset that like you could apply to it or to life.
I just say just be true to yourself. Like shit's gonna hurt you, shit's gonna like break your heart, but you just gotta stay true to yourself. Keep pushing because things do get better. That's all you say, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You can't
he's
quit.
A real dude. He's a real dude. He's a good person. He really is good.
So we kind of people asked some questions about why you stopped playing. We kind of already got into that.
Yeah.
Someone said, do you miss the former glory of your high school basketball days?
I miss the former glory.
That's what somebody asked on Anonymous Messenger.
You miss it, but like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta leave that high school shit in the past.
Yeah.
That shit's old. That was 2-3 years ago, you know?
What do you miss most about that? Because I mean, for people
playing.
Like just playing, like an organized, like okay.
Practicing, having like a team. I miss that.
So for people that don't know, Latrell was you made varsity as a freshman.
Yeah.
You even got to play a little bit as a freshman.
Decent amount.
And then from basically your sophomore year on, were a starter, I think, right?
Yeah.
And so, what getting pulled up so young, and especially in an area where we actually have we used to have a pretty decent conference. I think it got worse as time went on. Like as
after we left, I said that's when it
well, see, I say that too, but then like I feel like every person, like, because I said that when I graduated, I was like, wow, they suck, and then like you left, and you were probably like, wow, now they suck, and I feel like everybody says that, but I do think like overall, like while I was there, I saw it go down slightly.
I'm just saying this: the Central team we played, like me and you played like my junior year, your senior year, and my senior team, like the Central team I played in my senior year, is way better than the Central team now.
Yeah,
way better.
Like, I would agree with that.
Burlington,
yeah,
with Nick Klug and like all them, like
they were good.
All them,
yeah,
like Union Grove, like come on now, like I've been to my brother's games now, like if they would have played the same teams we played, they would never have won a single game in conference.
Well, I think what's happened.
He admits to it, like yeah.
Well, what I think is kind of interesting is that the whole I feel like this area like keeps getting smaller. Like when
people just
like I think we're just shorter and like tinier,
yeah,
not even like height, like just like big dude. Like I feel like when I was, and I thought this was just because I was younger, but I grew up watching like Brandon Shatner and those guys, and they had guys like, Trey Turner and Dustin McFarland, these dudes who I played with, like, as I was getting better and, like, I, beaten and played on the same level as them and realized, like, yes, they were a lot bigger than me, but I could still play against them. But, like, they were just overall, like, fucking way bigger.
Yeah, I don't.
And so was the rest of the conference. But the whole conference slowly got shorter.
That's how it is, though. Same now. Like, everybody's getting shorter.
I mean, is your brother as tall as you yet?
He's taller than me.
That's what I thought. He had a growth spurt. So
nigga's taller than me now.
That's crazy.
I don't like saying it, especially on live too. Damn.
That's crazy. Admitted
he's
it
like
career.
He's like 6'1". He's a little tall, lengthy little dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gonna get him to work out? I know you weren't big on the weight room.
I wasn't on that shit. I was throw up and shit. Remember that shit?
Yes, I do. No, I
throw up and shit.
That's what I wanted to get in when I was asking you about, because they brought up, former glory days or whatever, and you said that you missed it. Like, you were under somewhat of like a spotlight, so like, especially, getting pulled up and stuff like that. I remember I was on JV, and just I remember seeing you throw up with the varsity kids and just seeing their reactions and like them just being like, fuck this dude, like all this shit. Like, what was that like?
That shit, it was tough, cause like I'm a guy who like, I want to be the best player on the team. Like, you know what I mean? So I would push myself super hard, and then after the workout, I'd be like, fuck, I don't feel good. Like, just like super hot. Like, my body doesn't feel good, and I'll just like start shaking and throw up. But I just kept doing it over and over again. Like, I would do it multiple times. It was not just a one-time thing. It was like every time we worked out. But then like on my own time, I'd go work out. Like, fuck this, I'm done with this. So I could work out on my own time. And eventually, I got stronger and
So
that shit was terrible though.
What was like, maybe not on the court necessarily, but like off the court with kind of the situation you were in, with like the eyes on you, or like, like the in between, like going into schools and like, the other teams like, okay, that's Latrell Glass, we got to do whatever with him. Yeah, what was like your mindset towards those kind of things? Like, what was maybe even something like really bizarre that people wouldn't understand?
I mean, like, as soon as you step into the building type shit, people are already like talking shit. That's literally what it was. Like, people, cause like my cousin and Dom, like, I have family everywhere.
Yeah.
So like in Kenosha, I'm known too. Like, I'm known everywhere type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like everywhere I go, it's just everywhere I go. Yeah.
Talk that shit. Talk that shit.
Same with, but like everywhere I go, as soon as I step into the building, there be people talking shit already. Like, come on, bro. I didn't even I didn't even put my fucking uniform on yet, bro. Like, already in my head. Yeah. I'm one of the guys who got in my head. Like, oh yeah.
I noticed that.
Like, you're gonna talk shit. All right, I'm gonna show you niggas. Like, I'm gonna show you motherfuckers. I'm like that, bro. Like.
But so did that?
I like proving people wrong.
So when could that? Because you were definitely in your head kind of guy, because you could see it turn for the good, and I remember I'd seen it turn for the bad a couple of times.
Most definitely.
So what is it like that's so hard? Because a lot of people, they don't understand. They're never going to be in that kind of situation like that you were in, going into Westosha or whatever, and there's a little over 1,500 people there who are coming because it's a big rivalry game or whatever, right? And half of them are chanting 0 for 9. Like, on every single thing, like, they're literally eyes glued to you. Like, whatever the fuck he does wrong, we're gonna fucking roast him.
Like, all I'm gonna say is, like, what does that say? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why you watching? Why you on my dick that hard? That's all I'm gonna say. Like, why you on my dick?
But did that ever? Because obviously, like, that game, you didn't have a great game, or like games like that.
Multiple games.
But like, what about that maybe do people not get? Do people not understand from your side?
Is it like the first? Like, when they first start talking shit, it gets to you. And then, like, you start playing bad and you just get aggravated and you start forcing shit, and it's just downhill from there. You got to keep your composure. Like, that's what I learned after. Like, you got to keep your composure.
What's like the biggest, what's like your biggest mistake that you've made in regards to that you learned from? That you took something away from, and what did you take away?
I would say, like, getting out of my head, just calm down, relax, breathe. You just got to breathe, because, like, one bad play doesn't determine the whole game or whatever. If you make one bad play and then try to make up for it, you make another bad play, and just, you know what I'm saying, trying to, like, get out of that slump. You just got to let the game come to you. What
was the, like, most, like, heinous thing that somebody ever said to you? Like, maybe it could have been someone in a student section, or it could have been, like, an adult. Like, because I know, like, my thing when I got to the next level, when I actually was like the starter, I was like the best player on this team and shit. Most time it was like fucking adults, and it was like sometimes it was a lot of parents like on my own fucking team.
It was a parent
saying wild shit, and I'm like, bro, I have a triple double right now, and we're winning, and you're talking shit on my name, and I'm like, I'm carrying your son or whatever it was. And so like,
It's-
what did you have? Did someone say that was ridiculous?
I just say probably like my sophomore year, probably there'd just be like, why is he playing over my like senior son and shit like that? Like, why is he shooting all the balls? Like, he's not.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like whatever. Then.
Well, it's not your decision.
Yeah, I'm just not my decision. I mean, it is my decision. I'm shooting it, but like, you know what I mean? Like.
That's a good, interesting question. Luke Rogness, shout out to him. How did Latrell feel about sharing the spotlight with JB?
That's my dude. I didn't care about it.
Yeah.
At all. I mean, like.
But you guys
I wanted
definitely.
to win. Like, I love winning. It's just like when I lose, I am like so pissed off. Like, I don't. After the game, I'm just shitty.
Was it a weird
Super
like?
shitty.
How was like that dynamic then? Because you two were you guys pulled up together, so it was like regardless of if you guys were or weren't like super buddy, and just said he's your boy, so
Yeah, he's my
whatever.
guy.
So
We
you guys
weren't-
were cool.
We weren't super close. Like.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like
On the court, it was no.
yeah, but people would assume you guys were just because you guys came up together, got pulled up together.
Yeah,
What was
I've been
that
playing
like?
With him since like 8th grade.
Well, what was it like? So like you two get pulled up like on varsity, and you have those kids that are like, fuck this kid, whatever. You have those parents like that, and even coaches might be riding you, whatever it is. What did you two kind of like work with each other?
Yeah,
Did you guys help each other get through that
yeah.
together? Because that's kind of a weird situation.
Yeah, I mean, we're freshmen on varsity, and it's just like weird, like all these seniors and shit, all the older kids, like all the big scary older kids. So like me and him would always be like, we do drills, like the shooting drills and stuff.
Yeah.
Just 2 people. It was me and him always. So like, yeah, me and him were close.
Gotcha.
Like outside of school, not really though.
Yeah.
But on the court, we were close.
So, with your teammates then, and most of your teammates for most of your career then being older than you, how was that dynamic?
I mean, I felt like they were like, they fuck with me.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, I'm a cool ass dude. Like, not even just like, oh, he's a young kid on varsity playing more. It's just like, I have a good energy. I just bring good energy. Like, I make people laugh.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I make people feel good and just be happy. Type shit.
I got you.
So just being a cool ass dude.
Did you ever? So you don't have to name any names. I don't want you to. But did you so? Obviously, being that younger person getting put into that spotlight. Did you ever like? Obviously, you said you some people it rubbed people the wrong way. Did you ever like bump heads with anybody on a team, or?
Oh yeah, like all the time. Like when that's my freshman and sophomore year, I did it all the time.
Like what? So what kind of shit? You don't. And again, you don't have to say names. But what kind of?
They'd like pass me the fucking ball. Like you're shooting all the time. Like bro, okay, I took a shot. Like bro, come on, relax or something.
Yeah.
And then be like, I'm not a guy who's just not able to just fucking come over here and to disrespect me, bro. I'm not going for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my piece too. I'm gonna say how I feel too. You're not gonna just come disrespect me. Like fuck all that.
Yeah. Did you ever get into it with the teammate?
Yeah. Like before, like at halftime, it'd be like private. It wouldn't be like on the court. It'd be like in the locker room. We'd just cuss each other out or some shit.
What's like the worst shit, most foul shit that you said? And you don't have to name names, but just like a situation that happened where maybe you fucked up or they fucked up.
Somebody was like telling me it was at halftime and like I was getting double teamed, but I don't know. I wanted to shoot the ball. It was the buzzer. I gotta get the buzzer beater. I gotta get the buzzer beater.
So you may have been in the wrong in this situation.
I want to get the buzzer beater.
Okay.
So I shot it, and the dude was like, "Pass me the fucking ball, like on the court." So, okay. So I'm gonna wait for him. We get into the locker room. I'm gonna wait for him. I'm gonna cuss his ass out. And he was like somebody who wasn't like, I'm saying, like, you're telling me, like, I was like, you're telling me, like, you know what I mean? One of those, like, you're telling me just pass the fucking ball, like, to you, like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather shot that with my eyes closed.
Shit.
Than you shoot the ball, like,
damn.
One of those, like, bro, come on now, like, get the fuck away from me.
That's crazy. I'm trying to think of who that might have been. You don't have to say names, but
I'll tell you after the show.
That hurts because I wasn't even out there, and and you wouldn't pass them the ball. That's crazy. That is insane.
They were on the court. Like, they were like.
That's what I'm saying. Like they were playing.
They were wide open.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you said, like this is someone.
I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like someone that you would deem as literally, I would not let you shoot this.
No,
was
I let him
play,
shoot it,
and I was sitting on the bench. That's why
I would let him shoot it. But it was just like.
If it was like a layup, maybe
I was
right-handed.
trying to be disrespectful. I was trying to make you feel bad. Like, don't try to come over here and make me feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, you're shit. Like, what do you mean? Like.
Gotcha.
He's not. He wasn't a shit player. It was just like. Come on,
it wasn't his time.
Come at my head, I'm gonna come at yours now.
Yeah, well, you gotta know. Definitely gotta know your place, especially when you're probably the most important player on the team at the time.
Yeah, no, it was Bobby. Bobby was the best player. It was my sophomore year.
Okay, so your sophomore year.
Yeah, so Bobby was the best.
Gotcha.
But it wasn't him though. It was somebody else. I was like, bro, I'm not going for that, bro. Like,
yeah.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a power to either way.
It
Like,
was
there's
a senior.
levels.
It was a senior too. Like, I'm not gonna just let you punk me, dude.
Yeah. Well, we had a joke on my team in college that there were levels to this shit. So like, I started as a joke between me and this guy Los, where he came on like halfway through the year because it's weird with college. You get like transfers and stuff. And like, he was from Janesville, but like didn't go to school for a semester or whatever, wanted to go to school, and like apparently as long as he practiced with us for a couple weeks he could play. And so like he started practicing with us, and he was like probably a little bit more athletic than me, but like an inch shorter, and like can't shoot as good as me, but like he was really big on like clamps, like he could like D up. And so me and him would go at it, and I would get the best of him most of the time, like on because it was better off. It was great defense, but just a little bit better offense.
Better offense wins.
Yeah,
great offense wins every time.
But it was close. It wasn't like, he wasn't bad at all. He was pretty good. But he wanted like my spot, and so like I would fuck him up. We play 1-on-1 and shit, and like he was cool. Like we would hang out in my apartment and shit, and so like I would always just be like, there's levels to this shit. And so he started saying, and we would all say it. So like then someone started talking out of pocket, like in the middle of a game, to myself or to one of my guys, Jacob, who was one of the other good players on the team. And we'd be like, there's levels to this shit. Like, take it out. You're not. It's not the same level. You don't get to ask for the ball like that.
I miss that shit. Like, I miss like having somebody just like talk shit like on my own team and like push me. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh, you're not, I'm gonna block you up too now. What the fuck? Like, yeah, I miss that shit a lot, bro.
Practicing day in and day out and stuff like that.
Grinding. I just miss it. Just grinding.
But you're getting back to it, so that's good.
Getting back to it.
That's good. What do you do other than so do you just play now, or are you trying to like, you doing drills? You working on like
I'm doing drills like at the park by myself, just doing drills out there grinding.
I got you.
There's nowhere really to work out. I mean,
you can't really you can't go to gyms are a little sketchy right now.
Like one person at a time or some shit like this. Like, what is that?
Yeah, no, I would love to get to just get in the gym and shoot.
It's different. Like I'm playing on double rims and shit now. Like, come on, I want to go on a fucking.
And it's probably not 10 foot. It's like 9.
It's 10 foot. It's 10 foot. But it's just like, I want to be in a gym. Like, it's just a feel of a gym. Like the court, the wood, rather than playing on blacktop and shit.
So you had kind of sticking with then, you had being pulled up as a freshman and stuff like that. Yeah. As you were getting older, so like your junior and then senior year, as like this is like the payoff, right? Like we pulled like from, at least from my understanding, I haven't actually had Coach G on the show. Maybe we will soon, but pulling a freshman up early would be to, okay, we know they're going to be a little undermatched at the beginning, but because they're like starting the game on a harder difficulty than everybody else, they're going to be X amount better by the time. So
like junior, senior year, they should be there.
So what were as it became time for like you to meet whatever expectations that maybe the coaches or other people had, what kind of like advice were coaches giving to you? And again,
just let the game come to you, because like I'd have talked with the coaches too, and I'm like, I just have a lot of pressure on me now. Like, now it's just my team. Yeah. Technically, like I'm the main focus and everything. There's a lot of pressure on me. Yeah. And they're just like, let the game come to you. Like, we pulled you up for a reason. Like, you're meant to be here. Just don't force things. Just play the game. That's basically what it was. Just play the game. Don't force anything.
So then would you say like the biggest hurdle for you was just like yourself then, like mentally, or?
Yeah, I got in my head a lot. Because it's just, you want to be the best. You want to perform the best. And like when you make a bad play, you just feel like you're letting everybody down. And
with the spotlights on you.
Yeah,
and,
it's just tough. That was like a big thing for me. It was just trying to get that out of my head. I really did try to get that, but it was always there,
So how do you feel about the saying "shooter shoot"? That's a very popular term honestly I didn't even.
Motherfucker, shoot it.
So I take issue with it because I was one of the guys, and this is only for high school. It's totally changed when I went on, but like when I was on the bench and I would see people and I would hear either coaches or players, and we'd all say it to each other. I said it too. I was guilty of it. We'd all be like, "Shooter shoot." Yo, if homie is fucking 0 for 10 today.
0 for 9, like Latrell was. Stop shooting that bitch.
Shooters shoot tomorrow. Yes. Shoot tomorrow. Yeah. You fucking go to the lane.
I can agree with that. It's just like if you're open, shoot.
I get the mental part of it.
If you're open, shoot it. But it's a mental thing. That's really
well. Yeah, I think when you get to a certain skill level in probably any sport, but like especially for me and probably for yourself in basketball, when you get to a certain level. There are times even when you might be guarded and it doesn't really matter if the person's there. It's totally in my head. like if I make that shot or not.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
It is.
if I willed it
Fuck,
in
why
or not.
should you be making this, bro?
Exactly.
Like, it's just not falling today.
And then you take the bad, like you take what looks like a bad shot or something, and then people
Yeah.
are like, "Dude, what the fuck you doing?" Like
Oh.
whatever else, and it's like, "Nah, you've seen me make that shit. Like you've seen me
Yeah.
put that shit down with
it's
more
it's
pressure."
also a thing like between like probably me and you, like we
Mhm.
put in work, like
Yeah.
we like grinded, like it wasn't just practice, like we'd go do
Yeah,
some shit after, we'd go work out.
yeah,
It was more than just what we were expected to do.
yeah.
It was other things. Like
Well, that's
everybody else, I'll say this: did you play AAU?
no, I didn't.
And
I
see,
couldn't
like I
afford
had like
it.
AAU, like
Yeah,
all that shit. It was like traveling. Every you go to Indiana, you go to like California to play,
yeah, exactly.
and like the competition there is just way better.
Mm.
Like the competition out here is not even close, like compared to like out in Cali and like India.
Oh, absolutely.
Indiana
Well,
and
dude,
shit.
it's
just like there's like my uncle told me, like yeah, you're Latrell Glass, right? You're good at basketball here, but in the world there's thousands of Latrell. There's
Yeah.
50,000.
Go play in
of you.
Chicago.
Yeah, there's
Or you-
50,000 of you, like everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Like so, like he humbled me, but it's just you gotta grind, you gotta put in that work.
Yeah, and it's weird you got to find the balance because you still gotta. I always had it where when I'm training, I tell my like, and maybe it's toxic, but I tell myself that I'm garbage, like I'm the worst, like I'm training like I'm the worst player of all time.
Mhm.
Like I need to get.
You're trying to get
I
up,
need to
trying
get X amount of reps in
Yeah.
of this, and this, right, to get better.
Yeah.
But the second it's an actual game and we're playing for something, even if it's just we're playing at 21, we're running fives, whatever.
Mhm.
I think I'm the best player.
Oh
on
yeah,
the
so
court.
you
Like
got,
there's
you gotta,
nobody.
You gotta have that. You gotta have that in you.
There's nobody better than me the second I step out on the court.
That's what makes like a great basketball player. You have to have that in you, like
Mhm.
that dog in you. You gotta have that, but you also gotta be humble too, because you know
Yeah.
anybody can just come in and just do the same
And
shit
break
you're doing. Yeah, anybody
And
can
break
do
you.
that.
Have you ever get broke really bad?
By
in a
my
game?
ankles?
Yeah.
No, fuck no. No, I've never been dropped.
Really?
No, never been dropped. Like I've been. I
You've
got
been
hit.
shook,
I
right?
got hit.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I got shifted, but dropped like I'm out. No, never.
No.
Never.
You ever been yammed on?
No, never been
I-
dunked on. I know better. I know better. Like I'm gonna let you just go.
I almost got dunked on not last year now. It was like a year and a half ago. Almost got dunked on in a game. We were playing in Sheboygan, and this guy's like 7 foot, maybe like 6'9", 6'10", like just about 7
Damn.
foot.
You try to jump with them?
No, I got the fuck out of the way. But we ran a zone, and we were running a zone against these guys, and I was on. For surprisingly as short as I was leading my team in rebounding because I was like the only guy boxed out.
Yeah.
So like I would be at the bottom of the zone, like on one of the wings.
Yeah.
It was
What zone do you guys play?
we would
2-3?
switch to a 2-3, 1-3-1, and then we would run man most of the time. And so I got like rotated down, and he was fucking he just like a standing dunk.
Yeah.
I literally just
You
like
can see it
walked
coming.
out of the
Yeah,
way.
You see it coming.
I was like, no, you're not. Like
Yeah,
I know I'm
if
gonna look
you're
like
smart, if you're smart, you know this. Like, you know who this guy is. You're watching him during warm up. Like, oh,
We'll
he has
see.
bounce. Like, I'm not fucking.
We'll
jumping
see.
with
It's
him.
tough too because I'm like at that point trying like there may or may not be because I'm talking to other coaches trying to go somewhere. So it's like do I want to look like that guy that doesn't play defense, or do I want to not get clowned by my fucking whole
I'm
team
not
that I
getting
got dunked
clowned.
on?
I'm not getting clowned.
I chose that. That's what I chose.
I'm
But
not
I
getting
thought about it
clowned.
in that second. I was like,
can't
do
go.
I jump?
I can't.
And I didn't. Thank God, because that would have been
like,
awful.
I don't know. Like in my friend group too, if we're playing basketball or something and I break your ankles, we're gonna be talking about it forever. Like for years.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring it up every day. Like
Bring it up every day. That's good.
I'd be like, I'm not gonna say no names, but somebody got their ankles broken here,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, put a name on it. I'd be like, hey, I'm not saying no names. Like they gotta speak up for themselves if they wanna know. They gotta
See,
speak up.
If and when I break somebody, I'd wait for them to get back up and then shoot it because it's the most funny shit in the world.
You got to just or look at them. Just fuck. Like damn.
That sucks, dude. And then
I've never
and
been
then do it
broken
to
though.
'em.
I don't want to. Knock on wood.
do you not?
I might quit. I might retire when that happens.
Okay.
Like, retire if I get broke.
That's
retire.
fair. That's
retire.
fair. So I know. Okay, so you were a really good scorer in back when you were playing at Wilmot. You actually broke the scoring record, I believe, for a single game, right?
Yeah.
It was, what did you get? Like it was 49, 48, 49?
Yeah.
Is it still? Did someone break it?
Nah.
No one
not
broke
yet.
it? Okay.
Not yet.
What, how is like, was that special for you then? That was your junior year, I think, right?
Yeah, it was my junior year, but we lost that game, and like I said, I love winning. So like, after the game,
I was hella salty that game.
After
I was
the
hella
game,
salty.
I was just like pissed off. I didn't even know I had 49. I was like, I thought I had like 30 something. No, like not even lying. Like you can even ask
Mhm.
McGinn. Like I swear to God,
I
McGinn.
think like 30 of the points were like in the last like 10 minutes because we were losing by like 20, and then like you
Yeah.
just kept hitting threes,
Yeah.
and then they would come down and just score a layup, and like you just keep hitting a three, and
But like McGinn came up to me after the game, and he's like, "How much you think you had?" And I was like, "I'm just pissed off. I don't know, like 30 something."
Yeah.
He's like, "Get the fuck out of here." You know how McGinn is. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What you mean?" He's like, "You broke the fucking school record." I'm like, "Well, what was the school record?" He's like, "It was 45."
Yeah.
I
I
was
was
like,
there.
whoa.
I watched that other game that it
I was
got
like,
broken.
"Whoa!" I was like, "How much did I have?" He's like, "Bro, you had 49, bro." And I was like, "Fuck, I couldn't get the 50 though." Like,
Damn.
Like fuck.
Yeah. Or the.
But I was just more pissed that we lost, and more than anything, I just hate
Yeah.
losing. We shouldn't even lost that game to Delavan though. Like,
we lost to a lot of bum teams.
yeah, we did. Like,
A lot of bum.
especially
teams.
our junior year. Non-playoff time. But
Yeah. Yeah.
you were like what, 2-18 or some shit, like 4-18 or some crazy
No,
shit.
it was 2-18.
2-18.
We won 3 games in a row in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
pretty bad.
crazy.
Pretty,
But, like,
pretty ugly.
yeah, it was a bad year. But hey,
So how do you,
playoffs what matters. That's what matters.
so how do you? Okay, so that's what I want to get to. So how do you keep your head up? You know, with all these high expectations, you got the coaches in your corner, you got your teammates in your corner, but like you don't. Maybe some of the like people in the stands or whatever aren't buying into it, and then we're having rough season like that.
Yeah.
How do you keep your head up and keep pushing forward to like
I think
have that
the
confidence?
The thing about that season was we knew we were so much better than like how we were playing. We know that like we had all the talent, just we couldn't put it together. We lost like how many games by like 2 points or less? Like we lost
a good amount of them.
Yeah, we lost a lot of games by like 2 points.
Yeah,
It was just
we lost a lot of them by like 20 also.
Yeah, we lost a lot by like 20, but
Yeah.
like majority of them were like by
Yeah.
2 or some shit like that.
True.
And like I don't know, I think only like 2 games we won against Badger or some shit, right?
Yeah, and they sucked.
Yeah, and they were just awful. But once playoff time come around, it's 0-0. Like you didn't win a game, you didn't lose a game when playoff comes around.
Yo, do you know Tyus Larson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
He was on my team my last year.
For basketball?
Yeah, he came and played at URock.
Say swear.
He fucked. Only reason I brought it up, just because you said Badger. I know he like went to Badger for like a half a year or something. Yeah. He came and he played the first semester. He was pretty good actually. I was really excited that we like added him to the team, and he fucking, so with eligibility in college, it's like your first semester of eligibility for sports, you only need a 1.67.
That's it.
To be
I couldn't
to
even do that, y'all.
to stay eligible. Well, don't worry. We joke with Tim because Tim couldn't do it either. But you can.
I didn't try.
But if you don't get it,
or no?
No, he wasn't really trying.
Okay,
so that's fair.
yeah,
So I believe he could have got it if
Yeah,
he was
you
trying.
could have. Like you just got.
He's definitely smart enough.
He's just going and putting in the effort. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, and so like, but even if you don't do that, you can like file an appeal.
What you mean you can file an appeal?
Like you can write them a letter saying like, oh, this semester was hard because of these family issues, like some bullshit, and send it in. And you can do that like twice, and they'll like bypass it, right? But after that, after your first semester, it's like 2.0 at least you have to have, which is still pretty low.
Yeah.
And so Tyus had the grades to make it, I think, just barely. Had like just barely good enough grades, and then didn't have enough classes scheduled for second semester. And
so he didn't play it?
Well, he like didn't fill something out. And we played like 3 games over the break, and we were having a rough season second year.
With him?
Yeah, we played 3 games with him, and one of them there was one. I only remember it because it was the only triple double I had
That's tough.
We fucked this team out. He had like I had 25 and a triple double, and he had fucking like 27 and like almost a double double. So like we fucked that team up.
Yeah.
But like, and he was all hyped, and then we beat 2 other teams in close games, and he played great, and so it was his fault initially for not getting his shit together. Then my athletic director slipped and like didn't remind that's his job basically, is to make sure that everybody's shit is set up. Yeah. And we had no other sports at this school basically. We had soccer.
Only basketball.
We had soccer and girls volleyball. And they didn't get enough. They did like a girls and guys soccer team because they couldn't get enough
you're
guys.
Building this story up.
And,
fuck.
And so like there was literally nothing like other than this is the only thing that anybody cares about for these little schools basically.
Yeah.
That's not totally true for people that go to those schools, but pretty much it is.
Basketball was just bigger is what you're saying.
And
basketball
so
is a bigger thing.
He doesn't do it. Coach doesn't do it. And then I guess our dean, who is one of the nicest ladies I've ever met, she helped me through a lot of shit. shout out to Kristen Philhauer, if she's still the dean over at UW Whitewater at Rock County. I think that's what it's called now. She was trying to help him. Like, she was trying to help him through all this shit, and then he didn't get back to her. And so the deadline happened for some shit like a couple days later, and they made us backtrack, and we had to forfeit those 3 wins. And like we were like above 500, so like we were like decent. We knew we were one of like better teams in the league, like skill wise. We just had a terrible beginning of the season, and so then like that put us to like the fucking like second or third worst team in the league because we dropped those 3 games as forfeits that we won during that stretch. Because we won, it was like we won 4 out of 5 in a row. Like we won 3, then lost 1, then won 1, and 3 of them where he played in, and they made us they backdated it and forfeited them.
That's tough, bro. That's tough.
But he knew you. That's why I remember he brought you up,
That's
and we
tough.
played it. We played over at Badger a couple
That's
times, and I just thought that was funny.
Yeah.
That's terrible. So you said,
I don't know him like that.
but you so you didn't
Yeah, I know of him.
grades though in high school wasn't your thing either, but you were able to pull it off for basketball.
I didn't do anything in high school, so like how I got passing grades, I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Shout
like,
out to your teacher.
Yeah,
then.
shout out to them. That's what I was saying. I'm not saying no names. Like, go look at the transcripts. That's all I gotta
Jesus
say. Go look at the
Christ, dude.
transcripts. I didn't do
Jesus
shit, bro.
Christ.
I didn't do shit, Darren.
Don't be saying that to me, Latrell. You can make me mad. You can
Darren,
make
I
me-
didn't do a fucking thing.
Don't say
in
that
high
because I
school.
did do a thing, and I was watching. I was clapping for you.
Yeah.
Right? So don't say that. I'll be pissed.
You don't remember about my freshman year though? I
Hmm?
had 2 Fs.
You had 2 Fs your freshman year. You got pulled up on varsity your freshman year, and you didn't think like maybe I should try in school. Like that didn't motivate you to like.
Guess whose class? There's 2 classes.
Okay, don't say names, but what classes?
No,
What subjects?
I'm gonna say the names. I'm gonna say the names of the two. No,
Yeah.
but like, just listen. once I say the names, you're gonna be like, oh, you fucked up. Ready? Miss Kaiser and Coach Kaiser.
Yeah, that's
Both of them, like-
that's the wrong
Yeah, the wrong.
family.
the
Shout out
wrong-
Coach Kaiser.
Yes, those are the wrong 2.
Love
right.
that guy.
So then Coach E was like, you gotta get these up. So I was like, all right. I was like, fuck it, I'm not doing anything, right?
Yeah.
So like Coach E would still like come to my class, but you got to get these done. Like you got to do it. But I wouldn't do anything. He was like, you got to get this test done. I wouldn't take tests.
Bro, I
So
see.
he was on my ass, and I was just like,
Oh
I'm not
my
doing anything,
God,
right?
dude.
So I eventually did it like last second before
Mhm.
the playoff game.
Yeah.
I got him up to like D pluses or some shit. I was like, let's go.
That's all you fucking
He
need.
was
Oh
like, let's
my-
go. I was like, let's go, right?
Dude, so okay,
So
do
then
you
what-
ever feel? Okay, keep going. Keep going.
He one day in film, we're watching film on a team. The Monona girls were about to play them. We're watching film on them, and all of a sudden he just cuts the screen off. And I was like, "Hey, Trell, Kaiser's waiting for you in the workout room right now. Everybody else can go to practice." I was like, "Fuck, like fuck Kaiser, bro. Like how intense
Yeah.
was Kaiser?
Oh, he's an intense guy.
Like
I loved
intense
it.
to-
Like I loved him.
My freshman year though, like
I mean, as a
fuck
freshman that
Like,
wasn't doing his
fuck
schoolwork,
that.
yeah, I would be scared of him.
right. So I go in there. He's waiting by the squat rack, just waiting there. So they hit 10 out right now. So I hit 10 out, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, back up there, 10 more. 10 more.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, how your legs feeling? I'm like, good. Like, what do you mean? Like, they feel I only did 20 squats, really. Like, I mean, they're starting, like, they're starting to burn a little bit,
Yeah.
but I'm good. Okay, 10 more. Fuck. Like, 10 more, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like struggling now, like they're burning, coach. They're burning.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, 10 more.
So I guess he says 10 more after that.
Yeah, 10 more. 10 more. And my legs are just like wobbly now. I can't even stand really.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, you got 10 more to do.
When did it stop?
Listen, I'll tell you. I had 50, right? And then my legs were just fucking shot. And I was like, God damn. And all of a sudden I see him go into the little door, like all the shit is in there, the box jumps are.
Yes. Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are the box jumps. I was like, here, get up here. And I was like, coach, I can't do this right now, bro. Like, you gotta like,
You can't jump
I
up
can't
there.
do them right now. I just did 50 squats. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can just start over. And from the first squat, and you got 50 more squats, and you need to back up here again. So you got to do it regardless. And I was like, fuck this, bro. Got done with that. Then I had to do lunges. Send me to practice. When I got to practice, I had to run the whole practice. I was like, fuck that. Never again. Like, I learned my
Jesus.
lesson.
Yeah, that's tough.
And then, like, my legs are just sore. Even in the game, like, my legs are just fucking,
I can imagine. Yeah.
they're so sore.
So did having people in your corner like that cared about you on a
That
level?
definitely helped me out.
Yeah.
Definitely helped me out. I needed that. Because if I didn't, I would just be fucking off still. I wouldn't be trying to do anything to improve myself. I wouldn't be doing anything. I needed that. I needed people to push me.
Yeah. I think That's cool. And that's it was weird, like personally from like my perspective, right? So like I'm seeing it. I'm one of those kids that's sitting on the bench and that's like doing all their shit and working, trying to work hard, trying to come for like your spot or JB's spot, like whatever shit like that. I'm trying to start, right? Yeah. And I feel like I'm like, okay, I'm like I told you, I'm the best player in a second.
Right,
I get on the court, right?
Everybody should feel though if you're take your sport serious.
And so I used to always feel like I was like, dude, if they put that kind of fucking energy into the kids that fucking cared, right, whatever. But when you bring that up, that really like it. I think it explains itself as to how important that is. Yeah. For him to do that for you, because that's like it without. Well, because like you just said that you would still be, you might have still been fucking off. You might have not gotten your shit done further, and I'm sure that helped you grow as like a person. Like fuck basketball. Yeah. Like you knew that this guy cared about you.
Yeah, more than like basketball. Yeah. Like Coachy's family. Really Coachy's family. Like, yeah. Like I'd take a bullet for that, man. But yeah, it really helped me out. I needed that. I needed that shit.
That's good, and I think that's important. I am I'm happy that you had that. Like I'm envious of that for you. Like that's cool. Yeah. It's cool as fuck. What were the negatives then of having the coaches kind of zoned in on you like that, and maybe not necessarily caring more about you, but wanting to make sure that your shit was in order?
Not really a negative, but like in practice, you're just like your attitude. If I would like miss a shot, I'd be like, fuck, put my head down. They'd get on me about it. Like, you can't do that, and they make you run or something. Like,
because you gotta be an example.
Yeah, you gotta be an example. Everybody's watching you, and everybody else is gonna react how you're reacting. So if you're putting your head down, just fucking off, everybody else gonna be doing the same thing. So you gotta lead by example. Yeah, that was the biggest thing I had to like adapt to. Okay. Because I had Bryce. Bryce was a great ass captain. He was always like, so like I tried to like model it after him, like just my body language and shit like that, like how I led, how I like carried myself on the court.
So, what would be some advice you would give to kids that are getting serious about taking or wanting to take basketball serious, or maybe they're high school players right now that are in maybe a similar position to you or wanting to be in that position? What are some advice you just have for some kids, some hoopers that want to get better?
If you're trying to like get really good at basketball or a sport or anything, you got to make some sacrifices. You got to not go out on the weekend. You got to go to a gym, put in some work. Yeah. Because like the stuff that you are like expected to do, like the practices, the mandatory workouts, all that stuff. Yeah. You need to do more than that. It's not just that.
Yeah, it's like bare minimum.
Like you said, right? Like you would say, right? You did more than that. You would, after practice, you'd go somewhere to shoot, right? Yeah. Like even like your day off, I'm going somewhere to shoot. Yeah. Getting up shots, something. It's just more than what you're expected to do. You got to do more. You got to really push yourself. You got to really, really push yourself.
Yeah. And what I would say, adding on to that, what I would say is, if at anything, this isn't just basketball, if you want to be average at it, then do the average amount of work. Right. If you want to be great, then do an amount of work if you want to be insanely good at something, then do an insane amount of work.
Yeah, and that's what there's sacrifices.
Yeah. I mean, that's what like and it's hard, I'm sure some people are just like, wow, these two dudes are just talking about basketball, whatever. But I think there are you can apply a lot of this shit to real life. And literally anything, right? So like for myself, even when I wasn't getting those opportunities that I thought that I like could have or should have been getting, I was every single morning, 5 a.m, I was lifting with Kaiser, and then I would shoot until school started. And then afterwards we would have practice, and then I would go and shoot. And I did the same thing the whole summer getting ready to go to college. I didn't talk to the coach at the school I ended up going to play to. I just saw that they had a team and was like, I'm just going to try out. Like I literally asked the athletic director, I like sent him an email. I was like, do you guys do open tryouts? And he was like, yes. And I was like, okay, fuck it. I didn't know what I wanted to do for college. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, so I just sent it, right? And so I was just training every single day. And even though I wasn't getting those opportunities, you have to, if you really want it,
you gotta make them.
Put in the work, and then it'll happen. Eventually, the opportunity, it might be fucking 10 years.
You'll see progress. You will see progress. If you just, that progress doesn't happen in a day or overnight. You gotta keep doing it.
Exactly. And you'll realize, and I don't think I forgot who was talking about it. I just was watching an interview or a podcast where they were talking about it, where like a lot of people nowadays, like they try to make you feel bad for thinking that you're better than people. Now, you're not inherently better. Your life is not more important than anybody else's life in that sense, but you should feel like you're I'm the best. Yeah, I'm better.
You have to have that
because. But the thing is, though, you have to back it up. So like when I was sitting on the bench, when I had people who are friends of ours that would also be bitching like, oh, I should be whatever. And I'd be sitting there like, bro, stop saying that because you're discrediting my argument for it because I actually am putting in the work. You're just bitching with me. Yes, we're both on the bet. We're in the same spot. So everybody that's watching has no idea how good either one of us are. They probably think we're the same level, but it's like, bro, I actually be putting in work. That's hours and hours.
Like, or like the people the seniors who don't play basketball and then come out their senior year.
Yeah. Because they want.
Yeah, they're seniors now and they're just expecting it. Like,
no, yo, get the fuck out of here.
I've been playing since I was 3 all year.
Yeah.
Type shit. Like, it's a year-round thing for me.
This shit is a hobby for you. This is my life.
I do this. I really like.
And I think
that's all I was doing.
Well, and that's the thing for anything, right? So, like, for myself, I went to college and was training I basically trained even more once I got to college. But, like, it could be literally for anything. You want to be a great photographer, you need to go and take some fucking pictures, dude. Like, you don't just get to sit there and bitch and be like, I don't have as nice as a camera as Latrell does or whatever else.
Though, too.
Use the camera you have and fucking get the most out of that fucking camera until that camera pays for a new fucking camera because you got so fucking good that people want you to do this, that, and the other.
People don't get now. Don't get nowadays. They just expect.
Well, talk is cheap, man, and that's the thing I noticed from being on both sides of it, being somebody that, you know, I was bitching about it and I was doing whatever, and I would see the people I was hanging around, and like I noticed, I'm like, nah. I'm not like you motherfuckers. I'm not somebody who sits out here and bitches about so-and-so getting this or getting that. Like, I'll just go make it happen. Right. If I got to eat shit, if I got to fucking do whatever for X amount of time until that happens, I'll fucking do it. Facts, and that's what's different between me and that other person, you know, and that's what I think people have to have.
People don't like, it's just that with like any sport or anything, you got to have, if you want to be good at it, you have to have that thing in you. You know what I mean? You have to like want it. Yeah. It's just not like,
well, you got to have, you know, in your case too, it was cool that you had some people that were positive influences for you in the right way. And I think a lot of people, myself included, when you got to take a look at who's around you and you got to take a look at the situations you're in. And like you said, making sacrifices, right? Yeah. So like if my group of people, you know, let's say I'm like a high school athlete or whatever, if all my group of friends wants to do is get shit-faced every weekend and smoke weed or whatever, like, yo, I'm not telling people how to live their life. You can do whatever you want. But if these people care about you, and then I can't be around you during basketball season. I can't be around you, whatever. I'm training, right? So, like, I'm on the weekend, I'm playing these games, I'm doing this, that, and the other. And I think a lot of kids, or a lot of people, maybe not even just with drugs or whatever,
they're not getting, though.
Just waste their time doing other shit when it's like, yo, these people, it doesn't even have to be, you know, any substance. It could just be mindset. These people are losers, not saying they will be forever, but right now they have a mindset of, I'm gonna talk about shit, I'm gonna bitch about it, and you want to
not do anything about it.
And so you can't be around that either.
That's the thing. You have to put in work. You can't just expect to be in that role unless you're like just naturally fucking amazing, which is not.
Which will get eventually, you'll be surpassed because someone will work harder.
Someone's gonna work harder than you,
and they'll catch up. And okay, I want, you know what, Latrell, we're starting to push a little bit of time here. I want to know, what do you have to tell the people? What do you need to do to say your piece here on the Detox Podcast?
Just hope everybody stays safe, man. So stay up, stay blessed. You know, be you, and just keep working on whatever you want to do. And just try to be happy.
Do you have any questions for myself or anybody associated with Detox?
I gotta call somebody out. That's all I gotta do. I gotta call somebody out.
Okay, call somebody out.
Can I say their name on here? Like the dude who called me out. We talked about this.
Who was it? Wait, we talked about it right before this?
Yes. He said I was scared of him or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We have to call him.
Yeah, he put his name in it. So yes, yeah.
All right, Michael Sherman, bro. Like, don't ever say I'm scared of you, bro. So I unblocked you. Add me on Snapchat.
You guys are cool. Squash it.
Yeah,
he said he's chill.
Yeah, I'm chill too. But don't say I'm scared of you, bro. That's
all right. I hope Sherman was watching. I don't know. I know he doesn't.
It's all love though. It's all love though. But don't try to play with my name, bro. Don't try to like hold me. Okay. Come on, bro. I'm not a little punk.
We set the record straight, man. Hey, thank you for being on, man. I appreciate it.
You having me,
dude. I'm just glad.
Keep doing this, man. This is cool shit, for real. Keep working.
We're gonna keep trying. We got to get you.
Keep
I know you're semi-retired from the music game, but maybe we'll have to get you on a feature at some point.
Don't sleep, there.
Don't sleep.
All I'm gonna say is don't sleep.
Okay, I gotta show you some shit. When we get done here.
Sleep.
I want to say. Lastly, a couple of things. Thank you to Kenosha Auto Insurance for sponsoring this episode of the Detox Podcast. Thank you to everybody who is in the live chat here on YouTube. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify, we do this live at 6 on YouTube every Monday night. And I also want to say thank you to our patrons who help support the channel. We really appreciate you guys. You guys help us do this every week. So without you, the channel would not be the same. And we are going to be flooding Patreon with a lot of content. So if you guys want to get involved with that and get to see a lot of behind the scenes content of how we do stuff here, then feel free to join that below. Other than that, feel free to subscribe if you're new here. And Latrell, you got anything else before I close this out?
We out. We out of here.
He's out. All right. I'll see you guys next week for the Detox podcast. This has been episode 58. Peace.